KPMG. What is happening? It is the Pool Boys here for your first recap video of your NFL Pick'em pool, and we are stoked to be here. We saw some awesome results, and we can't wait to get into them. What do you think, E?
Oh my gosh, what a wild week one. We saw some crazy upsets. We saw some crazy performances going on, but let's just jump right in. I'm too excited. Kim, let's just go. What do you think, shall we?
Excited.
Oh my gosh.
Look at all these players. Some of these guys won this week.
Which ones, though? Let's see. Well, one of them is not even playing. So can we even talk about that? One is retired, but
he's retired. Good. He's coming back. I swear he's coming back. Gronk.
We're talking about one Rob Gronkowski, 87 in the program, but number one in our hearts.
That's right. He'll be back. Anyway, pretty sweet cover slide there. Let's talk about some week one storylines here. The AFC North looked pretty darn good. 3-1. The only loss was to another AFC North team. But the Browns took care of business. Ravens took care of business. Looking good. AFC South, not so much. We had the Colts and the Texans tied. Ugh. We had the Titans losing a heartbreaker. Don't get me started. Jags losing a heartbreaker. Don't get half of the people on this call started. I don't know. No bueno for the AFC South. But
I love that. I do love that there are two ties. And so I was like, Kemper, how are there two ties? There's like, oh, it was a tie against himself in the division. Lame.
Tie against themselves.
Lame.
That's right. However, KPMG did win. Kansas City, Pittsburgh, Minnesota, and Geno. All with W this week.
I like
Technically, the Giants also won. I was going to put them in there, but when Geno won in that thrilling Monday night game, had to include him in there.
I like the logos and then Geno's headshot.
And then Geno. I would also like to point out, though, coincidentally, the quarterbacks for all four of these teams spell KPMG too. Kirk Cousins, K. Patrick Mahomes for the Chiefs, P. Mitchell Trubisky for the Steelers, Geno Smith, KPMG, crushing it this week.
Wild. Oh, KPMG just all over the place. Okay, so those are week one storylines. But now let's kind of dive in to see what's going on in your pool, shall we? Okay, so here is a fun little tool. So this is our week one pick distribution. So what you don't know is the Pool Boys, we do a deep dive into all of your picks. We're literally combing through everyone's selections, see what's going on, what the trends are. But I'll tell you what, you can do a little bit of that yourself as well, because here, this is where you find it. If you look under your reports tab and you click on weekly pick distribution, you get to see this chart, which is pretty cool. So you can see kind of who is picking what team, who's not getting picked, and what's kind of right in the middle there. So if you look on the green, you got the Denver Broncos, Baltimore Ravens, Colts, and 49ers. Those were all popular picks to cover the spread. Where then if you look towards the bottom, the Giants, the Raiders, the Steelers, the Browns, those were not popular. Now keep in mind, those were just the away teams. On the other side, it shows the home team. So for the home, Seahawks not really being picked that much. The Jets weren't being picked. The Texans, you would think that would make a lot of sense. But we should go on and see if this actually came to fruition based on this distribution.
Big words. You guys love some data. I know you love it.
You love big words too.
All right, KPMG, let's take a look at the leaderboard. Sitting in that number one spot, it's your girl, Corey Crudis.
Number one spot.
Look at Corey, the only person in the entire pool to get 12 correct picks. And if it weren't for that darn Seattle upset, she'd be sitting there with 13. Even further ahead. Corey, absolutely crushing it. Great job. I want to give some shout outs to Priya, Shivani as well, Davis Schneider, Jay Carney, Johnny Sachs. Look at this leaderboard. Kevin Massley, the Matador himself, Nick Rollo, Sarah, Stan Ostras, Wesley Kaplan. These guys are crushing it.
Can I just point out that I really hope that Kevin is the same Kevin from The Office? So I just hope he made that big bowl of chili and then he walks in and accidentally spilled it. That's what I'm envisioning. So Kevin, please send us the pictures of the chili. But I want to circle back to Corey real quick. I feel like she is a quadruple threat. Number one, partner. Number two, leader of the People's Council. Number three, she is the one to approve this amazing experience with the Pool Boys. And number four, she's in first place. So quadruple threat Corey. That's what I'm talking about.
Dang. Corey's owning this thing. Rising tide lifts all boats. I'd love to work in an organization as a leader who can win the office pool. Why don't we have something for her? What do you think? Think we maybe have something for her?
I think, should we check it out? Oh my gosh, that is right, Corey, because you are winning the first badge of this NFL Pick'em season. You are getting that number one pick. That's right, because you are our week one leader and have earned this badge. That's what I'm talking about. Look at all that green, Kemp. Green, Kemp. We want green, correct? Green means
we
right.
like the green. We like the green.
We do like it. Green equals money. And just think, if you just swapped that Denver pick with Seattle, oh my gosh, it would be just so much more green. You'd be getting endorsement deals, free agency. They'd be calling your name. So, Corey, give it up for our number 1 pick. First badge of the season. Let's go.
Let's go. I want to talk about a few people made some lame picks, however. We had a couple of all favorites. You guys understand there's a point spread system here? Maybe you don't. We did shoot a video and send it to you about point spreads. But if you're going to play it safe, you're going to get the safety badge. That's right. Matos, Cindy W. Look at these safe all favorite picks. And how did it play out for you?
How'd that work?
Not so great. 6 and 9.
Being safe.
Not ideal. Not ideal.
Not ideal, but you do earn a badge, so good for you. All right, but now we are going to give out our underdog pick badge. And this goes out to the people who made some bold calls. And look at all these names here. This week, the biggest underdog was the Houston Texans, as they were given 8.5 points in the spread. And so if you chose them, guess what? They not only covered the spread, they tied the game.
They ended up with the tie.
So,
they blew a huge lead and ended up tying.
They did not lose by more than 9 points, so they tied. So give it up to Arvin G, Corey Crutis, Jay Carney, Jerry Wolf, Just That Good, Lorena Torres, Lost Fan. Great show. We are also Lost fans.
Great show. Big fan.
What they were meaning. The Matador himself, Mike Gleason, Maria Rivera, Raquel, Sarah, Stan Ostras, Son. Very good.
From Lost. Son was one of the characters in Lost.
Right. We're just all big Lost fans. I love it. And then W. Snyder, great job. You're getting our underdog pick for picking the Texans to cover, which they did by tying. Hooray.
Yeah, whatever. There should be a time.
By
different story. Different story for a different day. Let's talk about the EKG alert. Who had that heart pumping? There's a couple of games that left you guys in cardiac arrest. Okay. All these people on this list picked both Washington to cover and the Lions to cover. And both of those games came down to the fourth quarter, and it was close. And both these teams had some work to do to overcome the spread. So, Brennan McCusker, Joel, Johnny Sachs, J.R. Mills, Kevin, Lily Lizard, Masley, M. Buse, MCU 8ED. I'm not sure. Probably like a license plate kind of thing, like a McHugh-aided. I don't know. Priya Shivani, W. Snyder. Great work surviving the cardiac moment.
Can I interject real quick?
I'll allow it.
I'll allow it. Thank you, sir. One team I don't see on here is the Matadors. Now, why didn't he choose the Lions to cover?
I thought he was a huge Lions fan. Didn't he say that?
I thought so. But anyway,
biggest fan.
We'll come back to that.
Okay.
Ooh. Oh, no. This is what we're getting you for our Savage Loss badge. These are going out to the people who unfortunately picked the Eagles and the Jags to cover, who just lost by covering the spread in the final moments. You hate to see it. You're like, okay, hold on, guys. Come on, you can do it. Oh, no. Oh, no. So, no. They are getting our savage loss because, unfortunately, those Eagles did not cover against the mighty Leos, the Lions themselves, and the Jaguars were not able to cover against the Washington Commanders. No longer the football team, but the Commanders. So, Abelos, Austin A, B. Cappy, Braden D, Colin Dickens, Cinderella. Ooh, I like that spelling. Jay Carney, Joe Belay, Jules, Ladarius, Linda Jers, Lorena Torres, the Matador himself, Mike Gleason, Patrick Silver, Sarah, Shay Weiss, Steeler Nation, interesting, Steven, Ted Hughes, and X-Ray. Yes.
Savage loss. X-Ray. Savage loss.
X-Ray.
Y'all, there's some folks who saw a lot of red this week as well. And in fact, you saw 6 red in a row, which means you won our Pick 6 badge. Yes. Come on, hoorah. Come on, M. Berenson, Haley Lavasco, Steven, Patrick Silver. I'm seeing a lot of the same names here. Unfortunately, you were savage lossing 6 times in a row. Jules, JL Man, Ted Hughes, Shay Weiss, Andy Gould. 6 losses in a row. Not ideal. That. I think you're going for the greens, not the reds.
Oh, you want green. But you're getting.
I think you do want green.
But in a pick 6, you get a touchdown. But
no, the other team gets a touchdown. That's actually bad for you.
There it is. My bad.
Yeah.
That's on me.
Yeah.
That's on me.
Not ideal.
Not ideal. All right. So now these are going out to this badge is going out to those who really were on the struggle bus this first week. So this is our heading to the IR badge. For those who don't know, the IR is the injured reserve. So you got your sad boy there on the medical cart because he's hurt. He's going to be gone for a little bit. So you're heading to the IR because that means your picks are pretty banged up too. That means for this first week, you were under 35% correct. Ooh. So yes, but while you were under 35%, you do get a badge. So Joe Belay, we're just going to highlight some of these. We're getting a lot of names here because that's not good. We don't want this many names on headed to the IR. We want a small list. But Pterodactyl, you are getting some bonus points in my mind just for that name.
Great name.
Spectacular. Once again.
You forgot the P at the front.
You did. Pterodactyl. But then we got X-Ray is back. I also love Amy
Poppy.
Let's like go. Amy Poppy from Trolls? I like that. And let's go with Lily Lizard. You know what? Great name.
That's hard for me to say.
Lily
I have an
Lizard.
L problem. Lily Lizard. I have trouble with that one.
Do you really? Can you say toy boat 5 times fast? I can. Anyway, do better next week.
All right. Speaking of doing better next week, these guys didn't even bother putting in their picks. Okay. Didn't even take the field. Busting out the clipboard, sitting on the sideline, calling in plays, backup quarterback, whatever you want to call it. Bobby Yarbrough, how are you going to enter the pool and not make picks?
Come on, man.
Bro. Come on, Jam. Great name. Where are you at? Rachel Lee? Carolina? I don't know. I might know you better if you made actual picks. I don't know who you are.
So
we need you guys to make picks next week.
You make picks. You got bailed out because what happens in the pool, boys, we don't let anybody get zeros. So what happens if you do not take the field and you do not make your picks, you automatically choose all the underdogs. Okay, so that's what happens. So with that being said, we don't want you holding that clipboard. We want you on the field. We want to see you out there. Make your picks.
Unfortunately, you guys also got 9 correct, so you actually did very well.
Moving on.
You're welcome.
Moving on.
You're welcome.
All right, now we're getting out this special badge for a little, you all love the Gatorade showers. You get that big win. The head coach gets doused in. You get to guess which color Gatorade it is. But this one's given out for a little haterade shower because MBU's, man, you picked against every Florida team. Now, Kemmer, correct me if I'm wrong. Isn't one of the big headquarters in KPMG or one of the big buildings in Florida?
Yeah. So I don't know if it's strategy or you hate your coworkers. Not sure. You picked the Lions to cover, so clearly you knew there's a big Michigan contingency here.
But why
what's with it? MBU's.
MBU's? We're watching you. We're going to see where this hate's coming from.
Haterade. He's here in Nashville, I think, too. I might have to pay him a visit. We'll see.
He's going to come find you, MBU's, and talk to you. Ooh.
All right, and for the best picks of not the best picks of the pool, but the best mustache in the pool, we're giving this one out to our boy, the Matador. We don't have a badge for you, but we do have a lot of little mustache logos in there. And Matthew Timmer, if you guys know this guy, killer stash.
Killer.
And it's growing. It's growing even bigger. So keep a heads up for this guy. A lot of good picks in here, Timmer. Not bad. 9-6 week.
Not bad at all.
Sitting on the leaderboard there in that 4 slot. I like some of these picks. Didn't take the Lions, as we mentioned earlier.
Just think if you had picked your Lions, man. Give your boy Stafford a little bit of love, going back to his home place. But no, you went with the Eagles, and what'd that give you? Red on your ledger.
This guy does love Matthew Stafford. If you get a chance and you find a signed Matthew Stafford jersey,
send it to him.
Hook a brother up.
All of them. All of the Matthew Stafford jerseys. Ooh, okay. So, unfortunately, while we did call out our number 1 pick, hooray, we also have to call out those who are sitting in the rear because they butt fumbled. Everyone remembers that infamous moment when Mark Sanchez was running away from the defender, ran into his own lineman and fumbled the ball. But not only did he just run into his own lineman, he ran into his butt. So I think this might be our most favorite badge. Is going out.
This has got to be the most popular.
This is going out to those who are sitting in the rear. You see what we did there, as they are in currently last place and they have butt fumbled themselves. We go Ted Hughes, Shea Weiss, and Andy Gould. 3-12. Come on, guys. It's only week 1. Woof. Only week 1. You all butt fumbled this week, but we've got a lot of season left. So it's
a long season, and you get this sweet badge.
You do get this sweet badge. Honestly,
I'm looking up.
I think it's my favorite.
It's pretty sweet.
It is pretty sweet. So KPMG,
all right.
That is your week 1 recap. Holy cow. A lot of badges won. A lot of trash talked, some building up, a lot of mustaches talked about, a lot more than I would have expected. But it was a great week one. Biggest things. One, don't forget, you're making your picks based on the spread. It's not just winners and losers. So pay attention to those numbers. Watch our tutorial video. It teaches you how to do it. And the number two, get your picks in. We don't want anyone holding that clipboard. Let's go.
No more clipboards this week. Hey, and if you see someone in the pool, in the office this week, give them a high five. Give them a shout out. Pat on the old back. We want to increase engagement around here. Let's do this thing. Make your picks. Let's go.
Picks. Get ready for week 2.